I think my husband is a sugar daddy to somebody and he doesn't realize it. Maybe the dumbest thing I've ever had to say out loud. But here we are. Hi, Squirrel Tribe 2.0. How's everybody doing? So listen. Oh, my poor husband. Poor thing. I'm pretty sure he doesn't realize he's being taken advantage of. And I don't know how to nicely let this other person know, hey, female, you should probably step back real quick, right? So here's the thing. The man had a business deal with a female in another country who was sending him videos of where she lives so that he could put them as B-roll in some of his videos on his main channel, right? Because he's on YouTube, for those of you who don't know, although the majority of you know. And he would send her money for the videos. And then she would find when she needed money, she'd be like, hey, what else can I do? I need to earn some more money. I'm trying to do this, this, and this. And he'd give her something to do, like write this script or look up, research this for me and send it to me. Like he was trying to help her because she reached out to him and wanted to find ways to better her life for her and her kids, especially because where they live is technically a third world country, right? And so they're going back and forth and he'd send her money whenever she would send something in. But then I did not realize that there were certain times where it wasn't a business transaction. She would email him and say something like, hey, listen, it's really cold here and I don't have enough money to buy socks and gloves for my kids. And he would send her money to help her out because that's the kind of guy he is, right? There was one email that came through from this woman where she said that she wanted to buy a farm. She was trying to save up to buy this farm and she was worried that she was going to lose this ability to buy this land she really wanted to buy. And so my husband, the nice man that he is, sent her a couple $100s so she could buy a farm. And I was like, man, you're such a good guy. Like, I appreciate the fact that you're trying to help somebody, especially a single mother with children, as somebody who was raised by a single mother. And he also was too. I commend him for wanting to help a single mother, right? But now we're sitting at breakfast on Thursday and I look over and I see an email from the woman, right, on his phone while we're eating breakfast. And I don't say anything. I'm just like, okay, whatever. But then I check our banking account later and I noticed that some money was sent. It was like $100, right? And so I asked him, I'm like, hey, babe, what's this for? And he said she needed $10 for something or other. I don't remember what he said. So he sent her $100. And I'm like, do you realize that at this point, some of these are not business transactions for her? She has found somebody that she knows out of the goodness of his heart is going to do what he can to help. And I feel like you're being taken advantage of. She's treating you like a sugar daddy, but you get zero sugar daddy benefits. Which, side note, if he was getting sugar daddy benefits, I'd murder them both, just so we're fully aware. But I'm like, I think you've got to find or tell her there's this fine line of you can't just like reach out and say, hey, I need money for this, this, and this. It's not up to you to pay her cell phone bill, which has been done. It's not up to you to put socks and gloves on her kids, which he has done. It's not up to you to buy her a piece of land so that she can have a farm, which he has done. It's not up to you to do these things. And I know that sounds mean or whatever else, because obviously he's trying to help and do good things. If somebody here had the same needs and wants and came to him, he's a nice guy. He would try to help. But I'm like, babe, you're getting taken advantage of at this point. There has to be a stop line or I can't be on this, because it looks weird on the outside if you don't know the full inside story. But from, the standpoint of a wife, you're looking like her sugar daddy. And from the standpoint of a wife, I'm gonna need you to unsugar daddy yourself, okay? And y'all have met the man. He's clueless. He's clueless. Okay, let me explain why he's clueless. And I love him so much, y'all. I love him so much, but we're about to get real adult here, okay? You ready? So, sex at 41, not really the same as sex at 22, 26, 31, hell, 38. It's a little bit different at 41 for me, which is what I've realized. For him, at 38, no difference. Everything still moves and works exactly like it has always done. Thank you. But I've had to talk to him because I realized yesterday we're sitting at this place we like to go while the kid is hanging out with her friends. We're sitting at this place and we're having a conversation, and I'm scrolling through my phone looking at like memes and stuff that I have saved. And I came across this one that I actually put on the community post that said something along the lines of, when she's complaining and has an attitude, and basically the guy is saying it's just because she needs a little, D-I-C-K. She needs a little power right in the kisser, but anyway. So I put that up and I turned to him and I was like, I understand exactly what the hell was wrong with me earlier in the day and the day before. Like I was in such just like this weird mood and I could not figure it out. It's because I needed him to take me in the bedroom and like teach me a lesson, I guess, if you will. You don't realize that your mood is affected by not having sex, which may sound stupid and maybe not everybody's like that. But when we don't get the chance for a couple of days or however long because life, you know, people in the apartment working on stuff or, you know, because the kids here or because the moms were here the whole time. When you go a certain amount of time, I realize I turn into a raging bitch. That's what happens. I get pissy and pouty and whatever else. And it's not because I need sugar or sweets or a mimosa or food. It's because I need the dick. I'm just going to put it like that because, again, this is adult conversation. But so I tell him that I figured it out last night. But then what else we figured out last night is I don't know if guys really, really, truly understand that females' bodies don't warm up as quickly as a man's does. And he and I have had this conversation before, but I feel like as I get older, it's more obvious because, and this is TMI, but hey, that's what we live for over here on Squirrel Tribe 2.0. So thanks for being here for this, ladies and gents. Sorry, gents. But what I realize is I can look at him a certain type of way or bite my lip or bat my eyes or barely touch him and full attention. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying. Full attention like that. I'm like, it's like a light switch. I'm like, how is that freaking possible? How is that possible? I can be having all of the bound chicken wow wow thoughts possible in my head. My whole body can feel like, you know, it's like, wow, let's go. Yes, let's do this. Like whatever. But right down there, it's like taking its time to trickle down. Again, TMI, fully aware. But I tried to explain this to the man that sex at 41 is not like it was at 23. I swear at 23, his light switch and my light switch were on like both like this. Like the second I thought about sex, everything was like whoosh, right? And now at 41, I think about sex and it's like, hold on, we got to open this gate a little bit. Let this one, just trickle it. And then just wait a second, wait, you're jumping ahead. You got to give it a minute. Just hold on. All right, now you can. Now you should be good to go. And for those of you who know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. I try to explain to him, I'm like, babe, you can't just run into it because it's not going to work like it did at 26. Things are not of the same. We'll go. Well, I don't even know how to do this. Like I'm going to embarrass myself on this one. Things are not at the same, water level. Jesus. All right. At the same water level at 41 as they were at 26. It can get there. You just got to let 41 take a little extra second. All right. 26, it like stayed there. You didn't have to worry about receding water levels ever. It was always whatever. But at 41, there's an ebb and flow. Okay. And you got to work with that ebb and flow. And which is why I think when you go to stores these days and you see just aisles of different kinds of things to help with that ebb and flow, it's not for the 20 something year olds. At 20 something, I looked at those things going, who the hell? And now at 41, I'm going, now I understand. Probably should get a couple of those because sex at 41 is not the same as sex at 26. And I don't even know what sex at 50 is going to be like or 60. Do you still have sex at 70? I think about this all the time and I worry about this. I worry that at some point we're just not going to have sex with each other anymore. And we're just going to be the couple that sits across the table from each other and silently eats their meals and then holds hands while we're like on the couch or whatever. And then we're going to sleep in like Mary Tyler Moore style beds, like twin beds next to each other. And I'm going to forget what his penis looks like. Like that's what I think happens as you get older. I don't know if that's how it works though. I don't know if that's how it works. And I'm not asking my mom. Hell, no. I'm not going to ask my mom. Hey, mom. No, I'd rather be surprised or disappointed or whatever emotion needs to go with it. I don't want to ask. Now, if y'all want to tell me in the comments, I will read them. Mother, don't you dare comment anything. But if y'all want to tell me in the comments what it's like as you get older, I'd be real curious to know because again, I picture him always working. Everything's going to work on him. He's never going to have an issue. Me, on the other hand, it's going to be like, because you know, with women, they're like, your eggs dry up, honey, boo boo. Don't you want to have kids before a certain age or else then your eggs are gone or they don't work. And I feel like the water level, I feel like over time, you turn into a desert. There is no more water level. And I sit here and worry about it. I'm like, it's 41 when the water level just goes away and then there's nothing. Like, when does this happen? When does everything go and there's nothing left? You have to use it while you have it. I mean, we use a lot of it, but I'm just saying, it's just one of those random thoughts that because you guys are Squirrel Tribe 2.0, we can have these conversations over here. We can, which I thank you for immensely, because it would suck if we couldn't talk about the things that most people want to talk about, but don't talk about because they're scared to talk about. Yeah. So thank y'all for letting me have this random little conversation that I felt the need to have today. Because I don't have females that I hang out with, I feel like this is like the closest thing, you know? And so I like to talk to you. I know it's a one-sided conversation. It would be cooler if it was like we could go back and forth like we do in live streams, but some days I can't live stream, which also kind of sucks. But thanks for letting me have the conversation, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, y'all. So I have more stuff for you, but I got to do it tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out how to have this conversation because it's one of those, he knows that I know, not my husband, but somebody's husband. He knows that I know, and I don't know how to have this conversation, but I want to have this conversation for other women out there who might be in the same kind of situation. So I'm trying to figure out how to eggshell that one. So hopefully that one's coming up soon, because it is a conversation that needs to be had for everybody. I think everybody needs to have this kind of conversation. So that's it. Squirrel Tribe 2.0. I love you immensely. Thank you for letting me run my mouth on the world's shortest video of 2.0. And I will see you again, hopefully tomorrow, but definitely Monday. Oh no, not Monday. Y'all, it's Halloween. I got to take the kids out trick-or-treating. So there will be no Mimosa Monday. We will do Tequila Tuesday instead. That's what we're going to do. So here's the heads up for that. Monday at 5 o'clock, no Mimosa Monday. Taking my daughter and her friends trick-or-treating. So I'll see you guys Tuesday for that. Tequila Tuesday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yes. All right. I love you guys. Bye.